Hey, friend. Today I want to start in a garden. And it's not a garden you can visit, it's the garden, the one at the very beginning of everything. God placed Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and he gave them the most generous invitation imaginable. You can eat from every single tree in the garden, every one of them, an entire garden full of fruit and beauty and provision, and it was all theirs except that one. And you know what happened? Instead of feasting on the trees bearing fruit all around them, instead of saying we can eat from any of these, look at all of this abundance around us, they fixated on the one thing they couldn't have. And the enemy of their lives, their purpose, their calling, he came to do exactly what he always does. He came to steal their peace. He came to kill their vision and joy. He came to destroy the intimacy with God and each other. And his strategy was simple. Get them staring at the one prohibited thing instead of the thousands of permitted things. And his way of working has never changed, not once, and neither has ours. Because the truth is, the human brain, I always tell clients, I'm like, we have a toddler committee running the show most of the time in our brain. And this toddler committee in our brain does not like to be told no. So I was a lifeguard for many years. I have 6 kids, and I know this to be absolutely true because when you tell a toddler no running, they only hear the next word, the last word. I was a lifeguard for many years. I have 6 kids, and I know this to be true. When you look at a toddler and you say, no running, they only hear what word, moms? Run! And they take off. And that is your brain when you set a goal. The second you tell yourself you cannot have something, you cannot do it, the toddler committee in your brain loses its mind. No, you cannot have ice cream right now. You cannot have the cookie. But all the toddler hears is ice cream, cookies, that. And then you wonder why you're miserable and grumpy and you can't stick to your plan. It's a language problem. So here's your first step today. Number 1, ready for it? You're going to take your thoughts captive. Or another way to say it, you're going to think about what you're thinking about. And I actually want to challenge you to sit down and do this. I want you to write 5 thoughts you've been thinking that have been working against you. Not to shame yourself. We talked about that yesterday, just so you can see them clearly. You're doing this so you can actually redirect the thoughts that you haven't noticed yet. So, what is that toddler committee in your head currently throwing a fit about? Mine has really, really, really wanted sourdough bread on this comeback and movie theater popcorn. And honestly, I ate both. I did. And I decided failure is feedback. I didn't fail. I don't actually consider it a failure, but it's feedback. And this is what I learned. I don't have to buy the popcorn just because it's $5 Tuesday at the movie theater. My kids didn't need it. I wanted it right then. The toddler committee in my head said, that makes sense. It's such a good deal. Free refills. You can bring some home for the kids at home. And if I truly fueled my body with enough protein throughout the morning and early afternoon, I would not be obsessed with bread in the first place when it comes to my weak spot in the afternoon. So lesson learned, feedback received, moving on. But I had to notice the thoughts I was thinking before I could do anything about it. Second step, pay attention to what you're saying out loud, because a lot of us are not just thinking like prohibitive language. We're actually saying prohibited language to other people. I'm on a diet. I can't have that. You know I can't have ice cream. I want to say this with love, but when you say that out loud, you sound like a toddler. You have to pivot because you're an adult and adults are powerful and you have choices and free will. So we have to switch from prohibitive language to permissive language. And here's what that sounds like. Instead of I cannot have ice cream, I can have ice cream anytime I want. I'm an adult with free will. I am choosing to stick to my plan tonight because I have goals of being an energetic, engaged, happy, confident woman who fits in all the clothes in her closet and can shop for more. Instead of, I cannot eat bread. I get to eat these incredible protein options. I get to learn how to make incredible veggies that I actually love. Healthy fats are indulgent. And honestly, the chocolate mint protein bars that we have, they taste like Thin Mint cookies. They're delicious. And the protein brownie is so good. It's not Ghirardelli with frosting on it. Sorry, trigger warning. It is a really good protein brownie, though. And when I add cake batter extract to my vanilla high protein shake, it tastes like a birthday cake milkshake. It's good. So I get to be healthy and enjoy this food. This is the best plan ever. Total switch from having a toddler meltdown and having that toddler throw a fit on the floor of my brain. So do you feel the difference? One version makes you feel deprived. The other one makes you feel totally powerful and even blessed or lucky. The toddler committee loves the word, like loves to throw a fit. But the one thing that shuts the toddler committee down is when I redirect them. I give them permission instead of prohibitions. So I give them the word choose. I can have whatever I want. I am choosing this instead. That's permissive language, and it changes the way my brain works. Third, I want you to claim truth over your situation. So that movie we talked about in day 6, the one where I was running behind a bike with my little girl, arms in the air, cheering. The one where I was walking into dinner with my husband, holding hands, feeling flirty and fun. The one where I left the cover up behind and leapt into the pool with my children. I want you to run that through your head in these moments to remind that committee in your head, we have a plan, we have a goal, it's worth fighting for. I'm going to be the adult. You can sit back and relax. I'm making choices for us. So a permissive language statement would be, I can be lean and healthy and strong and confident and fit in my clothes again and go on adventures and have self-control and feel proud of myself every single morning. Or I can have ice cream tonight and enjoy it in the moment. But it won't get me the place I really want to go and deserve to go. So I choose healthy. Today, I choose healthy. And sometimes I think, what if Adam and Eve had done that? Like, what if instead of fixating on the one tree they couldn't touch, they looked around at the thousands of trees surrounding them and said, we can eat from any of these. They'll sustain us, give us life, provide for us, give us everything we need. And what if their focus had been on the abundance instead of the limitation? What would have been different for eternity, you know? And that's the question I want you to sit with today. Where is your health journey, your financial journey, your marriage journey? Where in those journeys are you staring at the one thing you can't instead of the thousands of things you can have or do or be? I've said one word over and over in this episode. I actually realized as I was making notes, it's choose. Like if you recognize you have a choice and you say, I am choosing this, then it's a powerful person. It's not that victim mentality, and you're not victim to your cravings or your circumstances or your toddler committee, right? So you get to choose every single meal, every single moment. So choose well today. So your tiny step is to write down those 5 prohibitive thoughts you've been having. I want you to flip each one into permissive language. Read them out loud with conviction. Let your toddler committee know what they actually get to have. And I want to remind you today, friend, you are an overcomer. You just have to dare to begin. So let's begin.